Northern California, 1969. A fear unlike any other has gripped the Bay Area. A shadow who calls himself the Zodiac is hunting from the darkness. He doesn't just kill, he brags. He communicates in a language of his own, cryptic letters and ciphers sent to newspapers, taunting the police and the public. His first major cipher, the Z408, was cracked by a schoolteacher in a matter of days. It revealed his twisted motive. He was collecting slaves for the afterlife, which he chillingly misspelled as paradise. But the world had just solved his opening move. On November 8, 1969, the Zodiac sent his masterpiece, his ultimate insult. A 340-character enigma that was dense, non-linear, and utterly baffling. For 51 years, this was the Zodiac's final, laughing taunt. A locked box of pure ego. It resisted the world's greatest cryptographers, the FBI and the NSA. It was believed to hold his name, his motives, or perhaps a confession. It was, for half a century, the most infamous unsolved cipher in modern history. Until it wasn't. The Z340 was a different beast. It wasn't a simple substitution. It was a fortress. Codebreakers realized the Zodiac had learned from his first cipher and had layered his new one with complex tricks. Decades passed. The Zodiac case went from a terrifying manhunt to a cold, haunted legend. The killer himself seemed to vanish after 1974. Suspects were named, investigated, and cleared. But through it all, the Z340 remained. A silent, unblinking challenge. A 340-character tombstone on the investigation. What secrets did it hold? A location? A new threat? Or the one thing the world wanted most? His name. Then, in December 2020, the silence finally broke. The 51-year-old fortress was breached, not by a government agency, but by a team of 3 private citizens: David Orenchak, a web designer, Sam Blake, a mathematician, and Jarl van Eyck, a programmer. For years, they ran complex decryption software, testing thousands of theories. They discovered the cipher's diabolical trick. The Zodiac hadn't just substituted letters. He had written his message and then scrambled the order of the letters, reading them in a bizarre diagonal pattern. He had created a complex, messy system, and that mess was finally untangled. I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. That wasn't me on the TV show. Which brings up a point about me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber, because it will send me to paradise all the sooner, because I now have enough slaves to work for me, where everyone else has nothing when they reach paradise, so they are afraid of death. I am not afraid because I know that my new life will be an easy one in paradise death, and that was it. After half a century of mystery, that was the big reveal. No name, no confession, no new clues, just more of the same. The same rambling ego, the same twisted obsession with slaves, and the same chilling misspelling of paradise. The TV show reference wasn't a deep clue. It was a petty complaint. Days before the cipher was sent, a man called into a morning talk show claiming to be the Zodiac, speaking with the famous lawyer Melvin Belli. The real Zodiac, watching from home, was apparently so enraged that someone else was stealing his spotlight that he embedded his anger in his unsolvable cipher. The Z340 wasn't a grand mystery. It was a piece of hate mail directed at a TV station, a window into the killer's mind, revealing not a genius, but a pathetic, insecure narcissist. The Z340 is solved, but the dread remains. Because the Zodiac left other taunts, shorter, perhaps far more sinister. A 13-character cipher, sent in 1970, that begins with 2 chilling words. My name is... And another, a 32-character code, sent with a map of the Bay Area. A map, he claimed, pointed to a bomb he'd buried, set to go off should I be caught. The bomb was never found. The cipher was never solved. Because these ciphers are so short, they are statistically impossible to solve without a key. We can get thousands of possible solutions, but no way to know which is the real one. They are, in effect, permanent, unbreakable locks. The Z340 was a red herring, a 51-year distraction. The true final taunt is this: the killer's name, or the location of his bomb, is likely sitting in one of these 2 small ciphers, and we will almost certainly never know. The cipher is decoded, but the case remains a cold, open wound. The true unsolved cipher is the identity of the man himself. What do you believe is in the final unsolved ciphers? A name, or just more hot air from a killer who craved the spotlight? Let us know in the comments.